So you want to get started on self-improvement, but you weren't exactly sure what to do. There's a lot of information about a lot of different things that you should be doing, and today I want to just simplify that and give you a few habits that you can start literally today to begin your journey. If I could, I would reach back through time and I would basically make the younger version of myself do these things because that's how important they are. Create a plan for your life, bro. You need to set goals. You need to have a plan. Don't be a drifter. In the book Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill, he talks about the drifter as someone who doesn't, well, there are many different attributes of a drifter, but one of the main things is they don't really have a plan. They just kind of go about life never really definite, never concrete on what they want and what they're going to sacrifice for. Think about creating a plan. Think about your life sort of like as almost in a way a timeline where you're setting goals for each section of it. So say you're 20. I want to do this by 20. I want to achieve this by 25. I want to have this by 30, right? And you're taking the time, which this does take time, to figure out what goals you want. What goals do you want to achieve? What inspires you and motivates you to go after the things you want in life? Because if you don't ever set goals, you're not going to ever hit anything. You're just going to end up wherever you end up. There's a quote about this that says, if you don't have a plan, you'll become part of somebody else's plan. You need regular exercise. You need to get off your ass, get outside, and begin exercising on a regular basis. You need to create a routine for this. This needs to be every day, every other day, okay? Our ancestors did not just sit inside on computers or sit inside writing paperwork. We're human beings. We're designed to be moving and never staying still and just stagnant all the time, especially in the sense of building muscle. Because as a man, especially a young man, we need to start getting serious about actually building muscle. When you actually build that frame of muscle, it just gives you more confidence. There's a lot more mentally that you've gone through to get to that point, and people respect you because they see the work that you've done and the frame that you have. It's just kind of one of those meta skills that you want to have because it affects every area of your life in a positive way. So when I was younger, I didn't take this seriously and I missed out on some serious progress that I could have made. Instead, I wasted time playing video games, watching TV, and doing things like that, where if I had put that time instead and allocated it into building muscle, I would be in a much different position than I am now today. So don't make the mistake that I made in wasting time on things that don't really matter, and start to really take getting exercise and putting on muscle seriously. One other thing I want to say about that is you don't have to do the gym. I do recommend the gym, but if you really enjoy doing calisthenics, if you enjoy doing body weight training, there's nothing wrong with that. And in fact, you can still do that in the gym as well. It doesn't really matter so much the method as long as you're actually building muscle and creating that physique for yourself. Start reading books, bro. I'm not even joking about this. Reading books is so important. I've learned so much, and I am so different from who I used to be, and a huge part of that and a huge reason for that is the books that I've read and the information that I've actually consumed. Reading books is really going to help you with your mind and with the focus that you have. Our attention spans these days are ridiculous. I mean, between TikTok, Instagram, we can't even, I struggle with it too, but you need to take the time to read books because it's really going to make you sit down, be able to focus, and learn something. I've always been pretty into reading books, even as a kid, but I was always really into fiction books, either like comics or fantasy novels and books like that, which it's fine, that's all great and everything, but as you start to grow and you're trying to really get on with your improvement journey, start reading books about non-fiction subjects that will help you actually progress in life. Reading fantasy books, there are elements in it, of course, that you can take into real life that can help you, but if you're reading non-fiction books, all that time you're putting in is actually you're gonna learn things that are actually gonna progress you down the field in whatever you're trying to achieve. So when you're reading things, try to choose non-fiction books that actually apply to what you're trying to learn. So for example, if you're trying to do some particular thing in the gym, or you're trying to build some particular aspect of your business or your job, get a book on that subject. Get a nonfiction book on that subject and begin reading about it. And that knowledge will save you a lot of time. So if you think about it, really all you can do is control yourself, and the things you do every day is going to determine where you end up, where your future self ends up 3 years from now, 4 years from now, 5 years from now. The things you do every day is going to determine where you end up. So even though you know about these habits now, even though you're aware of them, it's not really going to help you improve unless you can actually implement them into your daily life. So that's why the next video you should watch is right here, because it's going to help you do just that.